Hey Bulls and Bears, quick video today. How's everybody doing? I really hope everyone's doing well. Really appreciate you being here. Thank you for your support, for coming back to this channel. Let's talk about the news. The big news. Everybody's talking about it in the financial world. Inflation just got worse. 9.1%. The biggest increase since November 1981. And yet you'll still see people down in the comments on this channel, JJ, you're wrong. Everything's going to crash. Prices are going to go down. There's this secret supply of chips somewhere, and they're just going to bring them out by the billions. And automobile prices are going to crash. Home prices are going to crash. Rents are going to crash. Rents are going down in a few cities. If you saw a few reports ago, that was some good news, but not in most cities. So when you look at the overall rent rates, if you just look at the rent nationally, it's still going up. Everything's going up. There's a couple things here and there. If you look around, you might see prices going down, but that's not going to help consumers, right? Consumers spend more when the markets are up. They're more confident. They look at their 401ks. You guys all know this. All right, next story. Let's talk about this. RBC chief economist came out and said the Fed will have zero patience for high inflation. And we just broke another 40. We're almost at a 41-year high now. It just got worse. Inflation didn't get better, it got worse. Not only did prices not fall, prices are actually increasing at a faster rate than the previous month, right? So not only is it getting worse, it's getting worse at a more rapid rate. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So it's not just getting worse, it's getting worse more rapidly, right? So a lot of people weren't ready for this. I think pretty much most of you here, 99% of you here on this channel know exactly what's happening, and it's going to continue to get worse. There's not going to be a fairy that's going to come down and fix this. I wish. A lot of people out there believe in the Tooth Fairy and Superman, and they think that somehow this is all just going to get fixed, or that natural market forces are just going to make prices realign with incomes. That would be nice, but we don't have natural market forces, right? There's no such thing as a free market right now. All the manipulation, all of the money creation, all of the debt creation and programs, everywhere you look, there's no sign, even a hint of any sort of free market anywhere right now. RBF chief economist, though, Fed having zero patience for high inflation. It's too late for that, right? If they had zero patience, why weren't interest rates 10% for the past 10 years? Why have they been near 0%? Even after it became obvious inflation was getting out of control, why just the 0.5%, the 0.75% rate hike? Why not just get on top of it, right? Because there's so many bubbles out there, they don't want to crash the markets, because when markets crash, the economy is not far behind, because people are reliant on paper wealth and all of this illusionary wealth is what it is. Now let's talk about deflation, falling prices. Are there falling prices? Well, you may see some areas, and I'm going to talk about one of them next. PC demand, personal computers, steepest decline in years as chip shortage turns to glut. Now, when so many people went to work at home a couple years ago with the onset of the health crisis, we saw this huge demand for computers, laptops, desktops, both. Equipment to interact with, cameras were big, and eBay, they were going for a lot of money for the nicer ones. PCs down almost 13% in the second quarter compared to last year. So the demand for PCs is dropping. So that might be a spot or an area where you can look at it and say, hey, prices are actually lower than what they were a year or two ago. Now, I wish we would see that in most parts of everyday costs, but we're not. But there are a few bright spots here and there. Just the fact that it's lower than what it was last year could bring prices into more affordability in some areas. But is it enough to offset the other areas that the prices are just running out of control? I think not. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. But I think the deflationary areas that we're seeing are not going to make much of a difference, unfortunately. U.S. Bureau says, and this is the CPI report, there's a fake number that was going around, and we told you it was 9.1%. That's the official number that came out. But before that, there was a number going around of 10.2%. So now some of the articles out, some of the news out is saying, no, that's been debunked. There's not 10.2% CPI, it's 9.1. Well, the thing is, what they're saying is a fake number. That is a fake item because the number is actually double what we're being told right now. It's actually closer to 20%. And I don't think many of you here would argue with that. Look at the cost of things that most people have to pay. It's not up 9%, it's up a lot more. Even just rent by itself is up more than 9% for so many people. Home price is still close to 15-18% year over year. We all know what's happening with energy. So this story that came out that said the 10.2 number was fake, that actually is fake because it's a lot higher than that. And we all know that the 9.1% is fake, phony. Next, Netflix admits to the French media that inflation is their number one concern. Now, we told you this was going to happen. When people start running out of money, when credit cards are maxed out or getting closer to being maxed out, are people going to skip meals and not pay their rent? Or are they going to cut back on entertainment? I think they're going to cut back on entertainment. And we saw it with the Netflix price. They said they had a drop in their revenues. They tried to fight back. Netflix tried to fight back on this. You guys might remember this by trying to crack down on people sharing passwords, right? That didn't seem to help because now they're saying they're still scared about inflation because they know when people have to spend money on necessities and basics, then they're going to be less likely to go out and pay for Netflix. I don't even know what it is now. Is it $15 a month or something? I'm not sure, but no surprise. Netflix, so it's interesting though how we see people still spending money. The sports stadium's packed, the Padres are packed, Petco Park up here. I don't know if it was sold out, but I just saw a clip where it looked like it was pretty full to capacity. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. Spend your money how you want. Some people are just going to spend their money even though they're already broke, even though they're in debt. They just say they're going to live their life in debt forever, and they're just going to enjoy life. And if that means going to a ball game and throwing down $50, $60 plus food plus parking, you're probably going to be out $100 per person by the end. Have at it. I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money. I just don't want to see anyone that follows us here, fall on hard times, end up homeless. I think it's going to get a lot worse, though. I think we've got to buckle up and be careful how you can. Prepare how you can. Starbucks is closing 16 stores in major cities due to increasing threats from basically homeless and crazy people who are all strung out on who knows what. 16 stores closing down. We see society deteriorating with all this addiction. All right, enough about that. All right, folks, 9.1% inflation. Things got worse. It's a bottom line. Continue to prepare. Keep stacking. Stay well. We'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now. Peace.